Alright guys, Bitcoin just got a big rejection from a major level and things are not looking good right now. Let me show you exactly what's going on. So Bitcoin just got a clean rejection from the major liquidity level that we have been targeting for multiple videos now. And if you watched yesterday's video, you already know we were looking at the bearish divergences that were forming right at these levels. And let me quickly remind you what we were seeing. On the RSI, on the 4-hour time frame, Bitcoin was making higher highs, but the RSI was making lower high, which was a clear bearish divergence. And if you zoom out to the 12-hour time frame and pull up the MACD, we had another big bearish divergence with lower highs on the MACD. And on that same 12-hour time frame, the RSI was also showing a smaller bearish divergence. So we had multiple bearish divergences stacking up on multiple time frames, all happening right at our major resistance and target level. And now on top of that, Bitcoin also broke below the daily level, which is another bearish sign because that level could have easily turned into a support and kept Bitcoin pushing higher. But instead, Bitcoin lost it. And right now, we are seeing a clear move to the downside. And as I told you multiple times in the previous videos, I said I would be shorting at these levels. And that is exactly what I did. So my shorts on both Bitcoin and also on Solana are now in a nice profit. Actually, the Solana short is looking even better than the Bitcoin one right now. And before I continue with the targets and where I'm taking profits on the short, I would really appreciate it if you guys are finding this helpful to like the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications so you don't miss the next one. Alright, let's get back to the video. Now Bitcoin came very close to the major support level we talked about in yesterday's video for this move down. If we turn on the log scale, what you are going to see is that Bitcoin came very close to this major trend line that has been a major resistance since the all-time high and that we broke above on the last move up. And as I said yesterday, if Bitcoin wants to stay bullish, this trend line has to act as a support. And it's not just the trend line. If you take the fixed range volume profile and drag it across this upper range, you're going to see that the value area high lines up almost perfectly with the trend line. So we have two important levels stacking up at the same area. And that is exactly where I said my first take profit for this short would be. And even though Bitcoin hasn't hit that level just yet, I already took a small part of my first take profit on the way down. But I do think the level is going to get hit properly. And let me show you exactly why. If we take the fib retracement and drag it from the bottom of this last push up to the top, what you're going to see is that the golden pocket, the 618 to 65 fib zone, falls right under the trend line and the value area high. And as you already know, the golden pocket has a very high probability of being hit on retracements. So we now have three important levels stacking up at the same area. The trend line, the value area high, and the golden pocket slightly below. That makes this whole zone a very strong magnet for the price and also a strong support. And I will definitely be taking the rest of my first take profit if Bitcoin does come down and properly hits this area. Now let's zoom out a little to the 12-hour time frame. There is another slightly more bearish sign for Bitcoin right here. What you're going to see is that Bitcoin has been trading in this ascending channel for the past few months. And if we connect the tops, Bitcoin was actually trading right at the top of that channel yesterday. And every single time Bitcoin has reached that area approximately in the past, it has seen a major rejection and a move to the downside. And that's exactly why we said the trendline break on the log scale could actually be a fake out. But that's not confirmed just yet. It would only be a real fake out if Bitcoin doesn't find support at the trend line, the value area high and the golden pocket and breaks below the trend line again. But as you know, we don't trade the breakouts or breakdowns. We trade from level to level, and that is exactly what we did. We entered this short at the top when Bitcoin hit our major levels, and now we are taking profits on the way down at our targets where Bitcoin could find support. So again, if Bitcoin holds above the trend line, that is in my opinion a bullish sign and we would be looking for slightly higher targets again. And if we take a look at the 3-day liquidation heat map right now, what you're going to see is that a lot of short liquidations have stacked up above this recent high. So that liquidity could very well get swept in case Bitcoin does find support at our levels and pushes higher again. But if Bitcoin breaks below the trend line, that is in my opinion a very bearish signal for Bitcoin and we could be looking at much lower targets. And of course, in that case, our shorts would absolutely print. So that's where we are. Bitcoin got rejected from our levels, the shorts are in a nice profit, and we are taking profits on the way down. As always, this is not financial advice, and manage your risk. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.